This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Good Thursday morning. Welcome to Ocala Talks. I'm your host, Tom Schmitz, coming to you from the studios of WOCA Radio, just off the runway at the Ocala International Airport in the Brick City, beautiful Ocala, Florida. Natalie, the intern, back in the building. Natalie, good morning.
Good morning.
Wait, let me turn your mic on. Good morning.
Good morning.
Natalie, just back from R&R. Galen Unall is on the line with us, as he is every day, joining us via the car phone. His Bluetooth. He's not talking on his cell phone, folks, and driving. He's very responsible. Galen Unall is brought to you by the good folks at Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, just shipped, and Penn Flooring. Galen, good morning. But before I get into the conversation with you, I have to tell everybody that there is a very bad accident with fatalities. They have the interstate in both directions, I-75 southbound and I-75 northbound, closed between the Wildwood exit and Lake Panisofsky traveling south, or the Lake Panisofsky exit to Wildwood traveling north. That closes off the 75 connection to the turnpike. It is starting to back up. I've heard reports from people on the interstate that they are sitting just past the way station on 75 southbound, not even to the Bellevue exit, not right at the Bellevue exit, and now it's starting to back up past the Bellevue exit. Some people are saying it won't be long before 200 is being affected by this backup because of how the interstate is closed in both directions. They are using alternative routes of 301 from the south, coming up through Panisofsky. They are using 301 to get you onto the turnpike. They're using 470 and 475 on the west side of the interstate. What I'm trying to tell you, folks, it's a mess on 75 from Bellevue all the way to Lake Panisofsky, and it looks like if they don't open the roadway soon, it may end up affecting the exit at 200. And the State Patrol says they're not even giving a time for it to reopen. They just say it will reopen as quick as possible. So, Galen, you drive a lot on 75 going towards Gainesville. This is not the kind of news people on the interstate want to hear.
Well, no, I don't think anybody wants to hear this. I mean, this is a pretty horrific day for everybody involved with that. The problem is where it happened. Right there at Lake Panisofsky, you have this huge swamp/lake, right, that you cannot get around.
Right.
Easily. You have to go around it because I think there's only two bridges that go through Lake Panisofsky itself. So you have to go way west. You have to take I-75 or you have to get on 301. And that's just not that simple. 301 through there just can't handle it.
Well, it's a two-lane road through there.
Massive load. Yeah, and it's because they're going through a swamp. Man, that's rough. That's a rough place to have a detour.
And then you got the turnpike emptying out on the 301 right there in Wildwood because the turnpike is closed. You can't get on 75 because it's closed. The Wildwood exits are closed and everything. It's a mess.
Yeah.
So take some time, folks. If you're planning on traveling down south, I would get my Google Maps fired up and find an alternative route because you're not going south very quickly today. You're not moving south very quickly today. So had to bring everybody up to date on that. Galen, good morning.
Hey, what's going on, Tom? Let's go Rangers.
Was that not impressive last night? Was that not great last night?
Well, they're coming off a pretty emotional Game 7 victory. I think everybody, including Vegas, had them losing this game. They came out, they scored early. I think that was really important for them. And then they just had all the energy. I mean, it was 1-0, 1-1, then it was 2-1, then it was 2-2, and then Rangers just decided to score 4 unanswered goals. But, man, this team can skate. I think it's fantastic. You know what? It's good for hockey because the Rangers are, an incredibly important team, and it's kind of important for New York. I was talking to a buddy of mine who spent 4 days last week in New York walking around. He said it's like a ghost town.
Yeah.
He went to school up there, and he's like, I know this town. I know what it's supposed to feel like. And it was just dead. There was no energy. You could walk through the streets, and you may not see anybody. And I'm like, well, where'd you go? He goes, Broadway. I went to Times Square because he brought his daughter up who had never been. He goes, I went to Times Square. I'm like, wait, you went to Times Square and there was nobody there? Like, maybe 20 people. I was like, oh, my God.
Wow.
So, yeah, I think the city of New York needs something to rally around besides a virus and a governor, right? They were either for Cuomo or against him. So I think the city of New York needs this. So.
Well, it is one of those things where it's been 94 was the last time the Rangers won the Stanley Cup. What's that been? That's almost 30 years, 28 years.
Correct.
So it's been a long drought. And by the way, the Giants have won 2 Super Bowls since then.
Sure. The Jets have not.
No.
Yeah.
No. The Jets, Jets are still Terrible. Terrible.
That's right. That's right. But they can spell.
They can spell. They can spell.
Four-letter words.
And they got they got cool white fireman hats.
They really do. They did a great job. Yeah, you're not wrong about that. But and again, I think it's good for hockey. I mean, I think people are going to get excited. I don't know. After last night, I think the Lightning. Heck, who knows? But it was fun to watch. It was fun to watch.
If you were a Rangers
the Garden
fan,
looked like it was rocking. Yeah. Garden looked like it was rocking. And the Garden hasn't been rocking because the Knicks are so terrible, and the Rangers have not been good for a very long time.
By the way, to throw fuel on the fire of how bad the Knicks are, you know what yesterday was the 28th anniversary of? Reggie Miller scoring 8 points in 9 seconds to beat the Knicks.
Yeah, that's right. The so-called Spike Lee game.
Yeah.
Yes.
8 points in 9 seconds to win the ball game.
Yeah, that's right. There you go.
I still think, and I know Steph Curry hits from everywhere and all, but just the guy that would put daggers in you, did it get better than Reggie Miller?
Yeah, Larry Bird was a better shooter than Reggie Miller.
Well, no, I didn't say better shooter. I just trash talking, and Larry Bird talked joke too.
Michael Jordan?
Yeah, well, I know, but
Larry Bird? I mean, Larry Bird talked trash all day.
Larry Bird, Magic Johnson said the worst trash talker in all of the NBA was Larry Bird. He said hands down, Larry Bird talked more trash than anybody else.
He was Cheryl Miller's little brother.
For a long time he was. For a very long time. Maybe it's just that I like that he would do stuff and just aggravate Spike Lee so much. Maybe that's what got
it. That's probably it.
That's probably what it was.
That sounds like what it is. But Larry Bird was a stone cold killer. In today's NBA, Larry Bird could score 60 a game. I really believe that. I still think he's the greatest shooter in the NBA.
Let me tell you, in the NBA today, the way if Larry Bird could have had the ability to play by today's rules, where you could extend that leg like Dirk Nowitzki made a career out of and everything, Bird may have scored 80 a game.
Yeah, I mean, the guy shot left-handed in a game and scored, I think, 25.
And
that throws left-handed.
And that's when it was okay to get in somebody's jockey shorts as a defensive player, and you'd never get a foul called on you.
Oh yeah,
in today's game where they can't touch you, Larry Bird, he would have separation all the time. It'd be ugly how much he could score.
And the sad thing is, the guy on his team probably would be ineffective and been out of the league in 2 years, and that's Kevin McHale. Wait, the greatest post, he had more, not greatest post player of all time, but he had more moves in the post than any player in history. I think you can still make an argument he's the greatest post player of all time.
Yeah, the mailman.
Moses Malone?
No, the mailman.
Just dunked on.
No.
Which
Carl
one?
Malone.
He was not a great post player.
Oh, he was fantastic. He was fantastic. And he put Dennis Rodman in a diamond cutter on WCW. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
That's true. All right, I can't argue with wrestling. I don't know anything about it.
We got to take a break. We'll be back more with Galen Uno after this timeout on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Nirvana, Ocala's premier medical spa, is leading the way in great skin with all the newest in treatment options, offering prejuvenation for younger clients and rejuvenation for all ages. Nirvana knows you want to look your very best. We want you to look like you, just better, brighter and younger, with all the newest and best in technology and all in the most beautiful surroundings. Like Nirvana Medical Spa on Facebook and find them on the web at nirvanamedicalspa.com. Become a better, brighter and younger you.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. A reminder that if you're on 75, it is shut down in both directions between the Wildwood exit and Lake Panasoffkee exit. Both lanes of 75 shut down between Wildwood and Lake Panasoffkee. The backups are already back up to 484 coming on the southbound side, and might affect 200 if the State Patrol doesn't get the interstate back open soon. Intern Natalie is checking on a regular basis to see if and when it gets open, and if it gets open back up during this broadcast, we will let you know that as well. Galen Uno from Life South joins us as he does every day, brought to you by the good folks at Penn Flooring, Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, and Just Ship. Galen, we now know a little bit more about why Dustin Johnson decided to go play in London. It is reported that he signed an agreement to play that gave him a sign-on bonus of between $100 and $150 million, just to sign on,
just to show up. And I think it's a 10 tournament,
right?
Something like that.
So he's getting between 10 and $15 million to show up.
Yeah,
every tournament.
You know, and a buddy of mine who's a huge PGA guy, he goes up to TPC and volunteers, and we're talking about it. He goes, oh, this is going to destroy his career. And I'm like, he made $150 million. At the time, I thought it was 50. I said, he made at least $50 million. And I'm like, that's generational wealth. He goes, yeah, but it's blood money. I'm like, what's the difference between getting money from the Saudis and the Chinese? And by the way, it's not. I'm kind of tired of hearing that. I mean, you know who says that it's blood money? It's people who are rich enough where money doesn't matter. But Tom, if the Saudis were to come up and knock on your door and said, Tom, look, here's $50 million or $50,000. I need you to do a talk show for us. You'd probably say, sure.
Let me tell you what
I have no problem being Iraqi Bob.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Okay.
I would
All
not
right.
say sure. I wouldn't say anything. You would hear the noise like you hear when you're watching a Warner Brothers cartoon. Pyong! And I'd be gone.
That's right.
Gone.
I mean, I don't. And
I would
arbiter
quickly,
of-
for $50 million, a signing bonus, $50 million, yes, women are not supposed to drive, and they're supposed to wear hijabs all the time.
Look, honey, inside the house you can do whatever you want.
Right.
Right now, I need you to put this piece of cloth on your head because we're going to go and we're going to go vacation 4 or 5 times a year. You can wear whatever the heck you want then. But right now, I need you to put this on.
I need you to put this on.
And my wife would be like, for $50 million, you know, your kids, $50 million. I mean, I know we throw a lot of numbers out
If
there.
you invest it properly, your kids' should be okay.
That's exactly right. Again, it would be really hard to blow $50 million.
He made more money in a sign-on bonus than he's made on tour in his entire
And
career.
by the way, if I had to move to Saudi Arabia, right, I could do pretty good with $50 million because I wouldn't probably have to pay taxes because I would be best friends with the prince. I'd be a puppet for the prince.
$100 to $150 million
Come on, Tom.
just to show
Play
up.
golf.
Just to show up.
To play golf, which he's going to do anyway.
Right.
You know, yeah. I mean, come on board. That's what every. Where the heck is Ricky Fowler? The guy can't even hit a fairway right now.
16 of the top 100 players have committed to play in this tournament in London. And Roy McIlroy was asked about it yesterday at the memorial, and he goes, "Look, I'm not going to do it, but I have some very close friends that are playing in this event, and I certainly wouldn't stand in their way to do what they feel is right for themselves. Only they know what they need to do to provide for their families." Roy's 100% correct.
Of course, yeah, and I love that how some of Dustin Johnson's sponsors are leaving him. It's when it was $50 million, I'm like, look, no sponsor is giving you $50 million. Plus, Tom, if he wins, he still gets the prize money.
Yeah, and the first place prize, because it's a $25 million prize pool. First prize for this 48-person no-cut event. So just divide 25 million, by 48 people. The winner's purse is somewhere around $7 million. That's three times. That's 3 times the amount you win for winning the Players Championship, which, by the way, is the highest tour money winning check on the tour.
And he still gets to play in the 4 majors.
Right. So.
What are we talking about again? And for $150 million. Let's just say he gives $50 million to I don't know, a women's driving course somewhere in Arkansas. I don't know, or $5 million. I don't know. I mean, I've done everything I can. Yeah.
Come on. The PGA Tour put out a statement yesterday, a very brief statement. The PGA Tour, in their statement, would like to remind players they have not been authorized to participate.
I I love this, but at the same time, at the other side of their mouth, they're like, well, they're independent contractors.
Right. I thought you gave them 1099s every year.
Yeah, I mean, which is it there, sir? Are they part of your little clique where you're going to, give them some type of benefit for playing professional?
Well, if they're not independent contractors, because you can restrict.
Besides rental cars.
But if they're not independent contractors, because you can restrict where they play and where they don't play. Golf union. Time to get a golf players union.
Why not? And again, with $150 million, I'd form a union. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, not everybody's making that, but here's the point that nobody seems to bring up, and you briefly touched on it. They go play in China, 3-4 tour stops a year, and you don't think the atrocities and the way people are treated in China and the genocide in China isn't just as bad as Saudi Arabia?
Come on. I mean, what? I mean, we're an imperialist colony.
But Saudi Arabia doesn't buy golf hats from Srixon and Callaway and Titleist and golf clubs from Titleist and Callaway, and they don't buy golf balls, that are all sponsored on the PGA Tour like the Chinese do.
I mean, look what
That's the issue here.
I mean,
if the PGA could make as much money in Saudi Arabia as they made in China, there'd be no problem with this Saudi Arabian-backed league.
None. You're absolutely right. Instead, it's, they've done such a good, and again, the PGA Tour itself gets such a pass from the media, and you and I both know they'll just pull your credential, and then you're
That's
like,
it.
well, I'm out of a job.
The reason they get a pass is if you say anything that they don't like, they'll just pull your credential.
Again, I think this is a shot fired directly at the PGA Tour. I think if it's successful, right, and I believe it will be because there'll be enough money behind it that it will be, that more and more players will want to explore.
My question is, can I get a look at Greg Norman's contract and see what kind of bonus kicked in when he got Dustin Johnson committed?
Yeah, and Phil's like, how many bets I could make with $150 million?
Look, there's 6 spots left. 5 of them will be from a qualifier on the Asian Tour. Then there's 1 spot left for an invitee, and everybody knows that spot's being held for Phil Mickelson.
Well, good. I mean, Phil needs to pay us the gambling debt.
Well, he'll lose it all. He loses golfing bets to Barkley. That's all you need to know.
That's true. Gosh, good for Dustin Johnson.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not a,
Think about it, but it's not just Dustin Johnson. These names aren't chicken liver. Sergio Garcia, Louis Oosthuizen, Charles Schwartzel, Martin Keimer, Graham McDowell. They all have major wins. We're not talking about chicken liver.
I need Louis to bring some of that money home.
Ian Poulter, Lee Westwood, Kevin Na. We're not talking about chicken liver.
No, bring that money home, Louis.
We got to take a break.
Bring it home.
We got to take a break. When we come back, I got bad news for you, Galen. But you probably won't think it's that bad of news. You'll just say, well, it's how it is. It's how it is. We'll talk about that next, right here on Ocala Talks, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pride.
Oaxaca, Mexico Governor Alejandro Murat says at least 11 people have died and 33 more are missing from Oaxaca after Hurricane Agatha brought deadly flooding and landslides. Agatha, the strongest hurricane to hit Mexico's Pacific coast in the month of May, hit land as a Category 2 Monday.
On day 99 of Russia's invasion into Ukraine, President Zelensky has claimed 243 children have been killed by Russia's military, and 200,000 children have been forcibly taken to Russia, including children from orphanages, children with their parents, and those separated from their families. Water restrictions began Wednesday for 6 million residents in Southern California as the state enters its third year of severe drought. Technically, most of Southern California is considered a desert. Residents and businesses must limit their outdoor watering to 1 or 2 days per week or to a set volume of water. USA Radio News.
How long does it take to tackle a home project? With Angie, you could cross it off your list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need, indoor or outdoor, repair or redesign, and we handle the rest, sending a top pro to get it done. You don't have to lift a finger, except to tap the screen or click the mouse. Plus, Angie is free to use. So bring us your next home project, and we'll bring it home. Download the app or go to Angie.com, that's ANGI.com to get started.
Blue Star medicated ointment gets 5-star reviews from our loyal users for fast relief of the pain and itch of almost any skin irritation.
Blue Star soothes insect bites and fungal infections.
It really works on the summer rashes I get every year.
I had psoriasis on my elbows. Blue Star worked wonders.
Amazing stuff. Smear a bit on and the itch is gone.
Look for the white box with the Blue Star in the first aid section. Feel Blue Star work fast or your money back.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club-style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
Hey there, Congresswoman Kat Kamak here, your conservative voice in our nation's capital. I'm so proud to be an advocate for the over 65,000 veterans here in North Central Florida. The new Ocala VA Clinic is now open, providing important primary care and specialty services. If you're a veteran in the Ocala area, thank you for your service. Feel free to get in touch with our team by visiting us online at camac.house.gov. I'm Kat Kamak, and it is my honor to serve you.
This ad is paid for by official funds authorized by the U.S. House of Representatives.
Do you suffer from joint pain or anxiety? Natural Life CBD Kratom and Kava can help. Our CBD certified associates will consult with you. Chocolate, gummies, CBD oil. We have Delta 8 products with quality you can trust, all held to the highest standard. Natural Life has 2 locations to serve you, open 7 days a week, located in the S-Curve and in the Heathbrook Shopping Plaza. Give them a call at 352-355-3040. And if you stop in and tell them you heard it on WOCA, you'll receive 10% off your entire purchase.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
You don't get to be the league's all-time leading rusher without feeling some pain.
Pro football legend Emmitt Smith knows joint pain, and he also knows the old treatments aren't the only treatments. Today, there's a natural alternative to drugs and surgery. It's biologic therapies from QC Kinetics.
I'm talking regenerative solutions that encourage your body to heal and repair itself.
Do you have pain in your hips, knees, shoulder, lower back? Want to get your life back? The local medical professionals at QC Kinetics can help.
Call to learn more about this exciting natural way to deal with chronic joint pain.
Don't put it off. Call QC Kinetics. Restorative regenerative solutions with no downtime and lasting results.
Don't let your joint pain keep you from doing the things you love. There's a new natural solution that patients are raving about.
QC Kinetics.
Make the call to QC Kinetics. Tell them Emmitt Smith sent you.
Call QC Kinetics. 352-400-4550. That's 352-400-4550. QC Kinetics. 400-4550.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. According to the Florida Highway Patrol website, I'm looking at a crash update. Vehicle crash with injuries and roadblock. It says that it is still in, it has a fatality in Sumter County. Complete roadblock northbound and southbound. Mile marker 323 is where the roadblock is. So between Lake Panasoffkee and Wildwood, the interstate is shut down in both directions, and the backup has passed. For the southbound lanes, the backup has passed the Bellevue exit, the 484 exit. So if you were going to that area of Bellevue today, the 484 exit, you're going to have to find a different way to get there. Luckily, Galen, you're traveling probably northbound up towards Gainesville, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
So
that's right.
You're probably no, people are probably, by the time they get back on the interstate, you're probably seeing a racetrack with you because people are trying to catch up and make up for lost time, probably.
Yeah, it's not been bad. This is kind of usually a down week for traffic on the interstate. So yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad right now. 301 is probably an absolute.
I wouldn't want anything to do with 301, especially because it's 2-lane between Lake Panasoffkee and Wildwood, and then because the Wildwood exit is not open, they're taking you to 484. Well, it goes 2-lane between Oxford and 484, and then once you get to 484, the backup. I mean, southbound. If you're traveling northbound, it's good. But if you're traveling southbound, you can't even get to the 484 exit.
Yeah, not good.
No, that's a headache right there. That's man. And you know how they're routing people up 470 in Lake Panasoffkee to 475 to 484 and then back to 301 and to the interstate. And so the problem is 475 crosses over the interstate, and all the traffic ends up on the east side of the interstate. Eventually, before it can get back on the interstate at the Bellevue exit. So everybody's coming from the east going west to get back on the interstate at the 484 exit. So, man, I wouldn't want to be out there this morning. Take your time, folks. Alternate routes. Take your time. Help yourself. Galen, somebody asked me last night when we were watching the hockey game, they go, Tampa Bay is probably going to win because they're the visiting team. And I said, because I don't follow hockey that much. And then they said, and I didn't know this, and I wonder how many times it happened, that in the Hurricane Lightning series, the home team didn't win a game. I mean, is there no home field advantage in ice hockey?
Well, I mean, the Rangers won last night at home.
Right,
They're
I know.
in the Garden. Goaltending. Hockey's all about goaltending. And the Rangers got great goaltending last night. We'll see. And by the way, down in Tampa, there'll be 25% at least Ranger fans.
Oh yeah,
at least.
Easy. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a big Lightning contingent, but a quarter of the fans in that building will have Ranger blue on, without a doubt.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Because of the transplants. Same thing when you go, it's just like when you go to a Rays game and they're playing the Yankees, half to 3/4 of that stadium are Yankee fans.
Sure.
And Red Sox, when the Red Sox come to town, half to 3/4 of the stadium,
oh, well,
you sound like you're the Red Sox game.
There are no Rays fans.
Well, no, there's a large contingent of Rays fans here. Did you know that in Ocala? Did you know that?
I know there's a bunch of Lightning fans.
There's a bunch of Lightning fans over the last 2 years. Before that,
no. There's some passionate Lightning fans. I'm not short selling the Lightning fans. I mean, I may short sell the bandwagon Magic fans, and there are no fans for the Rays.
Let me tell you something. You know the best team in Tampa? The Clearwater Threshers.
No, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, that is a good point, but I'm a Falcons fan, so I hate them. So
Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
But and again, I
the best baseball team.
The Lightning are darn good.
The best baseball team fan base is the Clearwater Threshers.
Oh, sure, I agree with that. They have a good time.
If you've never been to a Clearwater Threshers game, do yourself that favor.
They get about 8,000 a game.
They do.
They don't do badly at all.
They got that tiki bar out on the left field, up above the
Yeah,
left
it's
field wall.
It's a much better stadium than the other place.
If the Rays played at Clearwater Stadium, the Rays would sell it out every week.
That's right. They truly would. And I was reading, the Rays are doing everything they can to stay in Tampa. And so their current proposal is to just move across the street, basically, from where they're at now and build a new stadium. And I'm like, location.
St. Pete's a terrible place to put a baseball team. It just is.
You just can't get there.
Right.
You know?
Somebody goes, no, you
so
got 275 to 175. Yeah.
No,
but getting across the bay on 275 is a pain in the neck.
Good luck. Good luck with the bridge.
Yeah. Let a car accident happen on that bridge. Oh, no, you don't
Well,
have to have a car
the game.
accident. You don't have to have a car accident. Just let a car break down on that bridge.
Sure.
You'll get to the game right as the stadium is shutting the lights off and the parking lots are cleared because the game's been over 2 hours.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You are absolutely not wrong. And trust me, I've been stuck on that bridge.
I've been stuck on that bridge. When I lived in Oldsmar, I got stuck on that bridge twice in a 5-day period. Twice in a 5-day period. Just stuck. Sitting out on the hood of my car getting a suntan because you wasn't going anywhere. But, yeah, so the Clearwater Threshers, though, best ticket in the St. Pete, Clearwater, Tampa area for baseball. And, by the way, the second best ticket, the Dunedin Blue Jays.
I haven't been there.
Dunedin's a very good. Dunedin's a good park. Third best ticket, the Yankees single A team.
Sure.
What we're trying to tell you, folks, is it's not a good experience being a Rays fan. Galen's trying to convince me. I went and I saw some still photos, and then my buddy had posted a video too, where he went to a Rays game. Big Rays fan. He went down. He's been a Rays fan. He was at opening day. Got the orange baseball from opening day with the Devil Rays way back in the day and everything. Big Rays fan. Couldn't wait for the team to be there. He's a season ticket holder. Goes every year. This year he posted some pictures and he posted a video. He goes, they just don't care anymore. And he's walking around the concourse showing you just how in bad shape the concourse is with all the games that kids can play and the snack bars and everything. He's finally just disgusted with how they've let the stadium go. And that's above and beyond your complaints, because your complaints are it's a terrible place to play a game.
Never been good.
Right.
Sure.
But he was very critical this year of just the shape the bathrooms are in and the concession areas and the concourse, where you're supposed to have the feel-good time of going into the Rays, museum and everything there. He was not happy and was not real. He didn't have good things to say about the stadium itself. It was kind of eye-opening to me. Hey, Galen, let's take a phone call real quick. Good morning.
It's a terrible place. Yeah. It's never been good.
Good morning. You're on with Galen and Tom.
Good morning, Tom. Galen, Sonny calling in. What do you think about the fact that we had the opportunity to build a stadium here to attract, I think it was the New York Yankees for their,
their single A ball club, yeah. Thanks for that question, Sonny. Galen, I'm not going to answer that question because it gets me angry, and then I lose my mind, and it'll derail me for the whole show. And then Kathy Bryant's coming in here at 10 o'clock to do the county commission meeting, the show about the county commission meeting. Then I'll have to remind her how they screwed that up and didn't vote for the thing. And see, now I'm already angry because we should have the Yankees here. The Yankees should be playing baseball here, single A. Okay.
It was frustrating while it was happening. They wouldn't even vote on it. I mean, they kept throwing barricade after barricade.
We can't afford to vote. We can't afford a special vote. The city of Ocala and the New York Yankees said, we'll pay for the special election. No, we're not going to do it anyway.
So here's what I want to throw out to you. So think about between I-75 all the way up to Golden Ocala. You would have a world-class baseball facility. It could be, and the Yankees are like, you could put on functions.
You'd have anchors. You'd have bookends. You'd have a world-class baseball stadium and a world-class horse event arena as bookends.
Of course, don't neglect the pool that's now out there.
Oh yeah, Fast would be out there, the Olympic, and then don't forget this: that whole area of Celebration Point in Gainesville was built because that was supposed to be what was built next to the Yankee Stadium in Ocala.
Correct.
People forget that. Celebration Point in Gainesville were supposed to be right here off 75 in Ocala. And think about what you'd see in Ocala. World Equestrian Center, Fast, New York Yankees, Bass Pro Shop, Amazon, Chewy, FedEx. Just think of all the trademarks you would see. People would be like, the hell is going on in Ocala? We need to move our business there.
Oh, you got me fired up. I remember talking about it at the time.
Appreciate it, Sonny.
I mean, I get his point. And at the time, they're like, well, and by the way, we were in the middle of a recession.
And by the way, let me clear this up. It was the original deal worked out with the Yankees was a bad deal. But you could have negotiated and changed the deal a little bit or tweaked it. It wasn't a sold final deal. It was just a starting point. And the county commissioners didn't like that they weren't invited to the table, and they got their little they got a little burr in their craw and decided to nix even letting. And by the way, if we'd have voted on it as citizens and voted it down, so be it. At least we had the opportunity to do so.
So frustrating, isn't it?
Walmart Distribution Center.
Gone. Oh, we're not going to talk about that. That's another one. That's another one. I was surprised they allowed Amazon in, but they had already allocated
if Kevin Sheely had been here, when they were voting on the Walmart Distribution Center, it would be here. The head of the CEP, it would be here.
Correct. But again, this is what we're dealing with, Tom. They're willing to put in a 7-Eleven that's just going to destroy traffic. But they're not willing to put in.
Wait, where's that 7-Eleven going again? Oh yeah, right next to your neighborhood.
Dang gate. Yeah.
Let me tell you. Can I just now you got me fired up about something else. I want to tell you.
Big vote coming tomorrow.
I want to tell you about my experience yesterday at 7-Eleven.
Okay.
So they opened a new 7-Eleven on the corner of Highway 27 and Pine, right?
Yes, I've seen that.
Right.
Yes.
And it's just around the corner from Just Shipped, where I work in the afternoons. So I rode from the airport yesterday all the way back to that side of town on fumes in my Cadillac because I knew that I'd signed up for the new 7-Eleven rewards program, and the 7-Eleven was right around the corner. And you get quite a bit off your gas per gallon the first 7 fill-ups. And so I went to use it for the first time yesterday, and it prompted me when I put my phone number in the machine, it prompted me to, verify my phone number through the text message they were sending me. 10 minutes later, no text message.
That's no bueno, Tom.
So I pump my gas. And then I go in and I just want to see the manager to explain to the manager, what do I need to do? Because I know I pumped my gas already, but what do I need to do to, make sure that this doesn't happen in the future and I get the discount that I've been told I would get by signing up for their rewards points? I was told, what do you want me to do about it? I said, huh? There was some more back and forth that I can't mention on the radio that went back and forth. But in the end, guess what happened?
Tell me.
Nothing. Nothing. He said his last words to me were, well, maybe it'll work next time.
Wow, that's awesome.
Maybe it will work next time.
Did he not, apparently he didn't know who he was talking to. Would you like to give him his name?
I told him. I explained to him. You don't know, you know, if this is the attitude you want, I will explain to everybody not to use your 7-Eleven at the corner of 27 and Pine. But
you are disrespecting me and my family.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Wow, that's pretty classic.
And, you know, it would only save me at the time. It would have saved me like $4. But in this day and age, $4 is a bunch of money for gas.
Hey, you know.
And if I save it on 7 fill-ups, that's almost $30. That's almost a quarter tank of gas.
Love that.
But, you know, and it's a store where when you walk in, they go, hey, welcome to 7-Eleven. Good times. Not really. Not really.
Not really. Not really. By the way, I have complete my friend who is anti Dustin Johnson joining the Saudi League. He's just livid this morning. He goes, no matter how you slice it, it's blood money. That's awesome. He's so fired up this morning.
So great. It looks like I'm talking to Natalie, the intern. Natalie, you're looking at photos and all from the Highway Patrol. Have they opened one side of 75, it looks like? Or is it still closed?
No, it's still closed, but according to the live video I'm watching, they're getting ready to, they've got whatever vehicle on a tow truck.
So they may be getting ready now.
So they may be getting ready soon to
Yeah, because in a death investigation, they're not taking the cars away until they finish their investigation.
Right,
So
but it's on the back of a trailer. It looks like they're trying to maybe finish this all up, so we'll see here soon.
We'll keep you updated on that. Thanks for the update. Yeah, Galen, so, yeah, you mentioned 7-Eleven, and I'd almost forgot about my experience at 7-Eleven. My wife yesterday goes, so will it lead the show? I go, probably not, but it'll get mentioned sometime. You know.
You're darn right.
So,
man,
by
the
way,
you do not wrong a man with a microphone.
By the way, guess what?
Damn.
There will be no.
What's that?
There was one fill up. There will be no 6 others.
Nope.
No. I withdrew from the reward program last night and everything. There'll be no second chance. I don't need a Slurpee. I don't need a Slurpee that bad. No. I can get an icy. I can get an icy or a Polar Pop from other places.
Ices are far better anyway. If we're going brand, no.
You know the only thing about the Slurpee that was good was the innovative straw they came out with for the Slurpee. Because the Slurpee was
not terrible.
The Slurpee was the straw that had the spoon at the end of it, the little spoon.
That's correct.
Before the Slurpee straw.
That was innovative.
Right. That was the only thing that made the Slurpee better, was you could get every bit of the frozen drink out of there because of that straw. So I'm not going back just because you got a good straw.
You could argue that was the last time they had anything innovative at 7-Eleven.
And by the way,
other than they were open 7 days a week till 11.
Because
who is it now?
And just because you make beef empanadas that look pretty good, I don't know. I don't taste them because I'm not eating a convenience store empanada, but they look good. I'm not coming back. I'm still not coming back.
That's so good. I'm glad you're now on our side.
Oh, I would lobby all the city council to vote against opening a 7-Eleven on Merricamp Road.
I will tell the city councils, because I know they listen, be prepared. The talk in the neighborhood at the end of my cul-de-sac was, are you going to the meeting? Because they're about to vote on the apartment complex, like going right next to us. And they're going to have a pretty good turnout. So, you got voted in because some people got voted out. If you want to keep your job, you may want to make sure that project keeps getting delay after delay after delay.
Let me tell you something.
That's all I'm going to say.
Let me tell you something, pal. The people that got voted in have already accomplished the job that they were voted in for.
No, that's true.
Ask Sandra Wilson.
That's true. That's right. That's fair. No, I know that, but I'm just saying we haven't forgiven you for the 7-Eleven. Don't make it worse for you.
Yeah, I think that
a lot of money. There's a
7-Eleven is
huge voting block.
7-Eleven's a boondoggle. It's a boondoggle. The whole company.
I expect
terrible.
every time you bring in a city commissioner from now on, I expect that. So what are we doing about these 7-Elevens in town?
Yeah, because
let's move on.
Let me tell you, they're horrible customer service. Speaking of customer service, did you hear about the two parents that got arrested for leaving their children in a hot car? They got arrested
in
Sumter. I believe it's Sumter or Lake County, one of those counties. They got arrested for leaving their. They were at Home Depot and they left their children in a hot car.
How old were they?
They were elementary school or younger age, between 4 and 7, something like that.
You can't do that.
Left them in a car. Safe. Do you know what they said the excuse was for why they left them in the car so long? No. At the Home Depot.
Why?
If Home Depot's customer service had been faster, they wouldn't have been in the car that long.
One of them should have stayed in the car. Why did they both do that?
Who knows? But that was literally they blamed slow customer service at Home Depot for putting their kids' lives in danger.
Well, they're just idiots.
100%. They didn't understand why they were being arrested. It wasn't their fault. It was Home Depot's fault. They were culpable because their customer service was so slow. I think you should be arrested just for making that statement.
For being dumb.
Felony stupid. That's felony stupid.
Yeah, but man, you can't do that. It's June, people.
Literally said to the cop, why are we in trouble? We were in there so long. The reason we were in there so long was Home Depot slow. Why aren't you holding them responsible?
Why did they both go? Okay? That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, the kids are okay. The kids were checked out and they're okay, but still. They were in that hot car over 40 minutes. Because Home Depot was slow. Or maybe it was because you're a bad parent. How about that?
Why did they both have to be there? I don't know. And they have in-store pickup.
And why can't you take the kids in with you?
Well, kids are, man, I don't want to talk about kids right now. Gosh. I'll tell you what, 18-year-olds are idiots. They're just idiots.
Speaking of people that not made good decisions, people with oil probably didn't make the best decisions because it's down this morning. You ready? You ready for this? You ready for this?
Yeah, I saw it.
Almost $4 a barrel today, down.
Oh, so we should be paying.
I saw that. And did you hear my commentary yesterday about buying the dips?
Yeah, you buy the dips.
Buy the dip because it's going to be at 125. So what did Galen do this morning? I checked it, and I'm buying the dip.
By the way.
Yes.
By the way, lowest gas in town. I don't know where this place is. No.
If it was 7-Eleven, you'd be so mad.
The Scrambletown Country Store.
Is that even such a thing?
It's on 314 in
by the way,
Silver Springs,
let's
Florida.
be clear. It sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Sounds delicious.
It's on 314, County Road 314 in Silver Springs. It's the cheapest in town, according to Gas Buddy, at $4.44 a gallon. And that's the cheapest in town. Yeah. So. Galen, where's the Bloodmobile? Where's the Bloodmobile?
Buy the dip. That's all I'm saying.
Where's the Bloodmobile? Got about 20 seconds.
Hey, today we're actually at the Walmart out on 200, so way out there. So come check us out there. But as always, we're right on the boulevard. 1607 East Silver Springs Boulevard, lifesouth.org. Donate blood today.
Galen, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, bye.
Vets News coming up next.
USA Radio News with Lance Pride.
A 4-day celebration has begun as Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee has kicked off in London, England. The Platinum Jubilee is the 70th anniversary of a British monarch's reign, and Queen Elizabeth II is the first to reach the milestone. 4 people were killed in a shooting Wednesday evening at St. Francis Hospital in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The gunman took his own life and several were injured, according to police. National Economic Council Director Brian Deese says President Biden will fix the inflation issue because he understands the pain most Americans are feeling with today's skyrocketing inflation.
The way that he approaches this issue, and very much from the perspective of what it feels like to sit around a dining room table or a kitchen table in this country, because that's his lived experience, and that's the way that he approaches these economic policy questions.
USA Radio News.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-444-9336. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-444-9336. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-444-9336. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-444-9336. 800-444-9336.
Ocala International Airport. This is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
It's time for Farm and Ranch Headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. You know, sustainability is more than just a buzzword. Prioritizing sustainability is important for businesses because it can add brand value and a competitive advantage. Here is some of the information that J.M. Smucker Company is using. It's a household name for peanut butter. According to Smucker Corporate Impact Report, the company diverted 96.2% of waste from going into the landfill, a big part of sustainability. Specific to peanut butter, in their Scottsville, Kentucky facility, the peanut butter delivery process moved to reusable plastic totes, resulting in more than 1.1 million fewer pounds going into the landfill. So protecting that landfill is one of the ways that they feel like sustainability is so important in production of products.
The 2022 peanut planting season is well underway, but many growers remember the issues they had to deal with last year. BASF Technical Service Representative Abraham Fulmer looks back at some of those.
Long story short, 2021 was a lot of disease. Probably the most late leaf spot pressure we have seen in years across the Southeast. However, one of the very encouraging things that we saw from our research and from our own farm trials was that where we included Provisol, whether it was a latest program or a convoy program or a Scali or tebuconazole program, we saw enhanced leaf spot control and white mold controls. And in a lot of those cases, we saw enhanced yield as well. So very positive for what we saw with Provisol in 2021.
Provisol fungicide provides fast disease-stopping power to shield new growth and provides residual protection as the plant develops. Learn more at agriculture.basf.us. Always read and follow label directions.
I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
While we may disagree a lot, we do agree Rural King's our favorite place for pets.
Like cats, all the toys and treats and the fun little beds.
I like the dog section, the food, the chewies. Oh, pig ears.
Of course you choose the Easy Pet.
Right, because your cats are so warm and loyal.
I hope the doghouse is warm tonight.
It's never warm.
No, it's not. Can I help you?
Yeah, Rawhide?
Catnip.
When it really counts, depend on The Source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Today will be partly sunny with widely scattered thunderstorms this afternoon. High today, 87 to 91. Then patchy clouds tonight with a low of 71 to 73. Look for a mix of clouds and sunshine Friday. A couple of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon with a high of 82 to 87. Morning showers and thunderstorms Saturday and a stray thunderstorm Sunday. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
Veterans News is brought to you by Hires Baxley Funeral Services and Highland Memorial Park. Hires Baxley has had generations of families honor them with their trust and confidence. They believe it's because for the last 128 years, their team of caring professionals have established a reputation of serving families with excellence and compassion. Hires Baxley currently partners with the Boy Scouts of America, Troop Number 72, to properly dispose of decommissioned American flags. They are also a drop-off location for the program's cell phones for soldiers, helping to provide minutes that matter and helping heroes home. Hires Baxley is located at 910 East Silver Springs Boulevard, Ocala, or you can call them with questions at 352-629-7171. Information can also be found at hiresbaxley.com. Also brought to you, Veterans News is brought to you by Bob Wine's Camellia Garden and Nursery at 2610 Southeast 38th Street in Ocala. When it comes to landscaping, Bob Wines has what you need. Everything from small plants to large trees, mulch, fertilizer, and so much more. Bob Wines will even deliver, plant, and guarantee their trees. Bob Wines Camellia Garden and Nursery has been keeping you blooming since 1952. You can reach them at 352-629-5766. Bob Wines offers 10% discount to veterans.
This hour of Ocala Talks is brought to you in part by Blockers Furniture. Go see all their specials at blockersfurniture.com. It's time for Veterans News with the guys from Vets Helping Vets. And here in studio with us is Gary. Gary, good morning.
Good morning, Tom, and welcome everybody in the audience that's listening, all the veterans and the non-veterans as well. We're here to bring you veterans news on this beautiful day in this beautiful city we live in. Okay, today we have to start off, Tom, on a sad note. I have a firefighter casualty and I have a law enforcement casualty. We have firefighter Terry Lee Cassidy of the Sparta Township Fire Department in Crowell, Indiana. His end of watch was May the 26th. And we have police officer Houston Tipping of the Los Angeles Police Department in Los Angeles, California. His end of watch was May the 29th. And I want to say, may our thoughts and prayers go out to the families of this firefighter and this law enforcement official. Tom, can we do Amazing Grace and taps?
Amen.